This guy right here may tell me that I have to wait, but personally, I don't have to do nothing.
We go to a video deposition of hip-hop star Dwayne Carter, better known as Lil Wayne. Wayne sued filmmaker Quincy Jones III over a documentary he appeared in during the making of his album The Carter 3. The artist claimed the film was a, quote, scandalous portrayal of him. Jones, meanwhile, sued Wayne right back, insisting that his claims hurt the film's profits. Wayne was interviewed by Jones's attorney, Peter Ross, who sits off camera. Also in the room was a judge and Wayne's attorney. Here, Ross asked Wayne about an interview he did with TV journalist Katie Couric after they watched a clip of it.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
Is that an interview that I actually gave with Katie Couric?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Well, that's not the question.
What's his name?
Pete Ross.
Huh?
Pete Ross.
Pete Ross, that's a stupid-ass question. You just saw me on there giving an interview with her.
Okay. So that was you.
Ross moved on to a different topic, specifically Wayne's live performances.
Did you perform at the Virgin Mobile Music Fest with Kanye West?
I don't know, but I know I did perform at this badass bitch birthday party recently. She was crazy, stupid thick.
Wayne didn't seem terribly interested. Ross continued asking about the artist's successful career.
Isn't it something that you would remember if your album, The Carter 3, was the biggest selling album of the year?
Isn't it something that I would remember that?
Yes.
Isn't that a personal opinion type question? That's why I got that. I mean, because I would be actually answering the question to, isn't it something? That's my question. Isn't it something?
That you would remember.
Isn't it something? That's the question I have to answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Isn't it something?
You could do the best trying to answer it.
Yeah, it's something out of your ass. That's my answer. Yeah, it is something out of your ass.
Ross took the insult in stride and moved on to a more serious subject.
Do you recall that any criminal actions were pending against you?
I don't recall any.
When Ross shifted to Wayne's criminal history, he received a string of similar-sounding answers.
Do you recall being at all concerned about any criminal actions that may have been pending against you at the end of 2008?
I don't recall. I don't recall that. I don't recall that neither. No, I don't recall that. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you remember being arrested in or about January 2008 near Yuma, Arizona?
No, I don't remember that.
Turns out Wayne wasn't the only one losing patience with the interview.
Well, how much longer is this line of questioning going to go on?
Not much longer.
That's Wayne's attorney chiming in.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know.
Didn't you win
I don't know.
the award for Best Rap Album of the Year in
I don't know.
2008 for The Carter 3?
I don't know.
Mr. Carter, you have to wait until the attorney is finished asking the question, please.
I'm sorry, that's my psychic. I'm sorry.
Despite Wayne's less than helpful responses, Ross was determined to get through this interview.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you like
He
to...
can't save you, right? In the real world. That guy right there. He can't save you in the real world. Just so you know.
What does that mean?
I don't have to elaborate.
Is that a threat against
No,
us?
it's not.
Mr.
No,
Moss,
sir,
can
it's
you
not.
just ask your next question, please?
He can't save you.
And what does that mean?
I was talking to myself.
But in the end, Ross's patience would pay off. A jury later ruled in favor of Jones, agreeing that Wayne's legal claims hurt the film. Wayne was ordered to pay the filmmaker $2.2 million. As for Wayne's original lawsuit, it was thrown out of court. Today, attorney Pete Ross is doing well as a partner in a major Los Angeles-based law firm. Next, we take you inside the Madison County Courthouse in Marshall, North Carolina.
Is that a camera?
It is.
The person behind the camera identifies himself as DJ Gear. He's not a defendant, just someone looking to record some courthouse video for his online channel that tests the right to record in public places, like police departments and courthouses. But the security officer, Jim Cruzan, has a problem with Gear and his camera.
Take it off.
Sir?
You can't have the camera in there.
I can't have it in the courtroom. I don't plan on going in the courtroom.
Gear hears the officer, but shows no sign of stopping.
Where are you going?
Just walking around the courthouse.
Not the camera.
It can,
I said no.
but it can. That's a legal thing, not a personal
I'm
thing.
not gonna argue with you.
I don't want to argue with you, brother. I can film,
You're not gonna film today.
but I can.
You
Are you gonna
can,
ask-
but you're not going to today.
A second officer decides to take this request up the ladder.
Just wait here.
I will.
I'm gonna ask
I will.
the clerk of the
Okay,
court.
okay, that's fine.
While she's gone, it allows Gear and Cruzan some time to debate the issue.
Why are you saying I can't film?
We've got children here today.
But they're in public. This is public. Please don't touch me. That's an assault, okay?
Give it to me.
I tell you what, I'm gonna step out here.
Go.
You put your hands on me. That's an assault. I don't want that to happen, okay? Please.
I don't know what your game is or
I don't
what
want.
you're up
It's not a
to.
game, Officer Cruzan. Can you please call your supervisor? Because if you put your hands on me, that's an
I'm
assault.
not calling a supervisor. I'm in charge here right now.
Can I have a supervisor, please? I don't want to be
You
argumentative.
can go up to the sheriff's office. You can talk to the sheriff.
I just
You
don't
just
understand it.
want to start.
No.
That's all you want to do.
Why are you cursing at me, brother?
I'm not cursing at you. I said all you want to do is start.
I'm not starting.
That's all you want.
I just want to be understood.
Oh, I understood.
I just want to be understood. Is it wrong to ask for understanding?
Put it on videos. I don't care. I don't.
All right, I'm just going.
You're not going to go in here and bother people
just
or
going to-
interrupt this court.
I'm just going to wait for the clerk of court, okay?
I said you're not going to interrupt this court.
Brother.
Now you can go outside now.
Here comes the clerk of court.
Go.
I'm waiting on the clerk of court, like I was told.
I
to, okay?
said you're not going to disturb this court.
The other officer, who happens to be Officer Cruzan's wife, returns. She's with Mark Cody, the court clerk, who has some answers.
Just wait just a second. Mark's gonna explain it to him.
Thank you. I just need you to call someone for my safety. He put his hands on me. He told me that this cell phone.
He's the one that goes around making videos.
Just hush.
He,
Jim, shut up.
you shut your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Cody makes the decision to pull Gear away from the situation.
You shut your mouth.
Yes, sir. I don't mind talking to you at all. Thank you for coming out and talking to me. But this officer here is way out of line.
Let me tell you.
Way out of line. And I want someone called on this idiot because he put his hands on me.
As Cody explains the ground rules to Gear, Cruzan makes his way over.
I have to explain to you, brother. You, brother?
Cruzan then fires off some tobacco juice in Gear's direction.
Let me you step out here.
If-
Let me tell you about that, okay?
Let me tell you something.
What?
Boy, man. Okay. Okay.
In this situation, Gear will turn out to be correct. He is allowed to shoot on government property, as long as he's not inside the courtrooms.
This area right in here is a public area. He's welcome as long as he's not disturbing anybody, disturbing the peace.
I don't need your permission. No,
But
I'm
he is
only
the-
going to tell you one more time. I don't
He
need
is
your
the-
permission.
He is the security.
Security, but he's not above the Constitution.
Once Gear makes it through security,
You messed up, dummy.
he just records a few minutes of generic video in the courthouse hallway. On the way out, he has a few more words for Cruzan.
Thank you again for your professionalism, all right? You're finna be unemployed.
Gear's prediction would also come true. After he filed a complaint to the sheriff's office, Cruzan was fired from his job. According to Cruzan, he was told he was fired for using foul language and because of allegations of civil rights violations made by Gear. The Madison County Sheriff's Department had no official comment. But there's no quit in this lawman. 4 months later, Cruzan announces he's running for sheriff of Madison County. The election will take place in November of 2022.
I'm gonna tell you what,
You don't come in here. You don't. Okay, that's contempt. That's 93. Keep going. That's another 93. That's another 93.
We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan for a pretrial hearing. 45-year-old Daryl Jarrell has been charged with trespassing in 2 different cases. A month earlier, police say Jarrell caused a disturbance at a supermarket and then did it again 2 days later at a different store. Police were called and he was cited for trespassing both times. Today, he appears before Judge Cedric Simpson to discuss next steps in the case. He's represented by Assistant Public Defender Laura Perrine.
Where are we on his case?
Your Honor, we have the high contact practice today. I think the number we have for you may not.
I don't have a phone. So whoever gave you a number, it was invalid.
Okay. Okay. Do you have an email address?
No. I'm on his radar.
So you guys are going to be trying to figure out a way to make contact with each other, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of time. I'm going to adjourn this out to September 4th.
What's the holdup?
Pardon?
I don't understand what the holdup is. It's trespassing.
What do you mean what's the holdup is? I'm trying to give, I can set it for 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
but the problem.
I'm tired of this state. I'm ready to leave this state as soon as possible. It's trespassing. I could technically leave and you guys could issue a warrant as long as I'll return because kiss my ass.
You know what? No. I'm going to tell you what. You don't come in here. You don't. Okay, that's contempt. That's 93. Keep going. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive.
Jarrell's outburst leaves the courtroom stunned, and Judge Simpson holds him in contempt of court 6 times for a total of 558 days in jail. The judge remains calm and moves on, calling the next case.
What's the case? People versus Keith Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins does not want to unmute. You're all right, Mr. Jenkins. None of that bothered me. That guy, I don't know what he's from, but don't worry about it.
6 days later, Jarrell returned to court, and this time he had a new lawyer and a very different attitude toward the judge.
Your Honor, there's no excuse for what I done, man. I lost my composure and I directed my frustrations at you. I apologize for being disrespectful to you and your court. Hopefully you accept the apology and reconsideration of the time you've sentenced me to. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. I like this Jarrell better than that other one I saw.
Judge Simpson reduced the sentence from 558 days to 93. Jarrell was given credit for 6 days' time served, and the remaining balance was suspended. So he was released, and his original trespassing cases are pending.
Brandon Justice. Yes, sir.
Next, we take you to Bond Court in Brevard County, Florida. In this corner of the screen, we have the defendant, Brandon Justice. He's charged with domestic violence against his live-in girlfriend. Just below him is the prosecutor. Over in this corner is the defense attorney. And rounding out the group is the judge, Ali B. Majid. Justice and his girlfriend have a child together. When she asked for help with childcare one evening, Justice responded with a mean-spirited rap. Yes, a rap song about her.
We might have to hear that verse.
When confronted about his behavior, Justice allegedly punched a hole in the bathroom door and struck the victim. He then told her if she went to the police, it would start a war between them. Judge Majid doesn't appreciate the sentiment.
We got a whole bunch of wars going on. I don't think we can handle another one, sir.
I don't want to start another one.
How old are you?
26. They said you were rapping a verse about her. But you're drinking so much you forgot. So you remember the verse now?
No, sir.
Let's hear it. Let me hear it. It might help you, it might not. Might hurt you. Let me hear it.
You want to hear me now? All right. This is me up in my mind, suddenly secluded. This is me giving time, everything's inclusive. And I don't even know, but everybody wants to do exactly what they tell me to do. You know what I mean? I know. I'm in like a situation where I don't want to rap.
Well, let me tell you something. All right? It's a bad omen when a man beat up women. And you can listen to this without fail. If you don't raise bail, you're gonna stay in jail.
But this judicial MC isn't finished with his diss track just yet.
You probably don't like the beat, but I'm gonna set your bond and you can have a seat.
Thank you.
With his rap concluded, Judge Majid gets back to business. Before making his decision, he wants to hear first from the prosecution.
What do you say, Mr. Beatty? Looks like his first offense.
It means nothing to me, Judge. The police leader was going to start a war.
Start a war? We can't have that. We got enough wars.
I don't think he should be out at all. We object to any bond because he just left to follow up on what he said he was going to do.
Mr. Kennedy?
Judge, no priors. Judge, I'd ask for PTR.
After hearing from both sides, the judge, who's been on the bench for 24 years, makes his ruling.
You got a first-time offense. You got to stay away from don't call her, don't visit her, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do not return to where she lives, where she works. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have a good record, but you can't be going around threatening people. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
$1,500 cash or surety.
Thank you.
Justice was released on $1,500 bond, and the charges were ultimately dropped. As for the judge with the killer rhymes, he cues up another rap sheet.
Next.
Christopher Cologne.
Our next stop is at the Broward County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
You've been charged with 2 counts of violating an injunction.
Where Christopher Cologne appears for his bond hearing via video before Judge John Hurley.
Court finds probable cause.
Cologne was arrested and charged with 2 counts of violating a restraining order in a domestic violence case related to his ex-girlfriend. He also has an open pending case in which he's being charged for aggravated battery against a pregnant woman, his current girlfriend.
I think I remember you from before coming into this courtroom.
Yes, sir.
I remember.
Less than a month ago, Cologne posted bond in the aggravated battery case and went free. So the judge isn't exactly thrilled to see him again.
You're already out on bond. You're already out
Yes,
on...
sir, and my bondsman is willing to take me out again on a bond.
That's very kind of him, but that won't be necessary today because you're not going anywhere.
Well, I'll see you guys in with a lawyer and a lawsuit too.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, bring him back, please.
And you can go yourself too.
Cologne storms off.
Would you bring him back for me, please?
Hey. Judge, he's back.
Hi. Good morning again, Mr. Cologne.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Cologne. Yeah, don't mute that. Could you turn that mic back on for me? Turn the mic back on.
You guys can. Okay? I'm being dead ass real.
$125,000. Your bond on count 2 will be $125,000. Your total
How much is my bond?
$250,000. That's
okay, no
because
problem. I can bond out, man.
Court will also order, sir, on case 14-7168 CF10, you'll be held without bond. That bond is revoked.
With the amount seemingly no issue, the judge has just taken away the bond from the aggravated battery case, meaning Cologne will not be able to go free this time. And this really sets him off.
Like I said, you guys while you guys had it.
Sir, the court at this time is inclined to hold you in contempt of court.
I don't give a Go ahead, I got lawyers, man.
Your behavior.
I don't got nothing to say, man.
Now, I will find you in contempt of court for disrupting this court. Now, I will give you
You was
an
already
opportunity.
going to find me in contempt of court.
give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say?
You ain't no Hitler, man, for me to have to salute.
Noting that you made no comments in your defense, the court at this time will sentence you to 364 days in the Broward County Jail.
Be
Thank
quiet.
you very much. Have a...
You, that's why.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Can I see Mr. Cologne, please?
A week later, Cologne is back in front of the judge.
Judge Harley, I apologize. What I did, I was wrong. And not only I was wrong for cursing you out, of the deputies hearing me curse you out, I apologize to them too. Your Honor, I apologize real bad, and I'm asking for my apology, please, Your Honor.
Okay, your apologies accepted. It will be converted to time served at this time.
Cologne's apology gets that additional year sentence for contempt cut down to time served, but still gets no bond on the aggravated battery case and serves almost 14 months before he's released. We go to Wichita, Kansas for the sentencing of Michael Gaines. He's been convicted of battery against a law enforcement officer. Gaines appears before Judge Rebecca Pilshaw, who speaks to the defendant about his actions.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know
The words were that you deliberately were hawking up.
I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay? That's and you're gonna believe those lies. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hawk up no saliva. You're gonna believe a lie because they wearing uniform.
The judge attempts to bring some order to the proceedings.
Look at me.
It's like eating. You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
Gaines doesn't appear to be backing down from the judge, but it's nothing compared to what he has in store for Assistant DA Kevin O'Connor.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just in a road.
Judge, I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for me.
You punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from.
I know. You. He's a
tough guy now. But I think
you'll be a after I get sentenced, punk.
I think Mr. Gaines is forfeited to me.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking.
You.
Take out of the courtroom.
Judge Pilshaw steps in, has Gaines removed. But before heading back to his cell, Gaines manages to get off a few more insults.
He's a maggot.
You're a tough guy.
He's a maggot, punk. You should have died when you was a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. He's a maggot. You should have died when you was a baby. Stillborn.
The judge decides to go beyond the 10 years and sentences Gaines to 13 years in a state prison. Now to Durham, North Carolina, where Judge James Hill is presiding over a child custody case. For 3 long days, divorced parents Rashawna and Colin Morrison have been going at it, quite personally, in the courtroom.
I'm angry that his dad lives in Durham, can go on vacations with friends, take mistresses out to eat, take her on vacation, and can't seem to see his son.
The child's mother, Rashawna, claims her ex-husband abandoned their 3-year-old son and failed to pay child support. He argues she withheld his son from him and is seeking permanent custody. And the judge? Well, he isn't happy with either of them.
I could care less about it, didn't you? I could. The two of you are not important.
And he's about to let them know it.
That's 2 parents, and I'm going to choose my words very carefully here. 2 parents can come in and act like such idiots. You're the one that crawled into bed and had sex and made that baby. He didn't ask to be born. But he was. What's important is and you don't need to see 2 adults acting like idiots. Did I say the word idiots?
He did. 3 times. Afterward, Judge Hill turns his attention towards Roshana.
I have no doubt that you have withheld that little more from me. Don't you be looking at me.
I have not withheld.
You say one more word, you can get. You say one more word, you're gonna go to the Durham County Bed Records today. You say one more word. All right, Deputy Neville, she's got 24 hours of contempt of court. We'll run her back as soon as we get done. All right, you got 48 hours. You were saying again, she's got 48 hours now, Deputy.
Roshana eventually quiets down, and finally, after 3 heated days in the courtroom, the judge delivers his decision.
Both parents are fit and proper persons to have custody of the minor child. I mean, joint custody.
Just say, I can't do this. This is a disgrace. What you guys are doing, you need to let your son for 9 months. You're going to raise your family. You're a drunk. You have a mistress. You have no one who doesn't do anything for everything. I take care of my baby's business, and I get one because he used to be in his son's life whenever he feels like it.
As officers try to restrain her, Morrison's brother, Sherrod Smith, comes forward from the back of the courtroom. At first, he tries to help by calming down his sister. But when that doesn't work, and Roshana throws a bailiff a right hook, Big Brother's caught in the middle. Officers try to restrain him, but he sends one of them flying. Meanwhile, the judge makes a quick exit. As one deputy fights to gain control of Morrison, another puts her brother in handcuffs. And here come even more officers to shut things down. As Morrison and Smith are taken away, a third person is also restrained in the back of the courtroom, their mother.
You should have videoed it. It's okay. You should have videoed this.
Smith and his mother are hit with 48 hours in jail for resisting a public officer, while Morrison receives 30 days. Morrison and her husband now have a joint custody agreement. Judge James Hill received a public reprimand by the North Carolina Supreme Court for improperly exercising his contempt powers, failing to maintain order and decorum, and making inappropriate comments. We head down to Daytona Beach, Florida, where a call comes in to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms. I got a gun pointed at your building.
Sir, what is going on?
Who the you calling, sir, you stupid? Where's your judge warrant at? You gonna bring that out in handcuffs and I'm gonna execute that son of a right in the street. I'm letting you know I'm gonna shoot this. You gonna with my kids.
Where are you at, sir?
I just told you I'm outside of her building waiting for her to get there in the morning. I'm gonna pop a cap in that. You stupid.
Detectives identify the anonymous caller and track him down. Alan McCarty is arrested and charged with making death threats against a judge, whom he mistakenly believes took his children away in a child custody case. Now, a year later, in front of a different judge, his trial begins.
All right, back on the record, Mr. McCarty, President. He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
Raise your right hand, please.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
So you're going to threaten me like you did the other day?
You solemnly swear or
Threaten you to participate here.
No, you threatened my life the other day. I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it. You want to take my kids from me and act like that? You in that? my kids.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes.
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
So that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully.
Do you want to be in the room or not?
Do you want my
I'd prefer not to, sir.
Well, you got a mouth for it.
No, do you want to be here or not?
Oh, who the wants to sit here while you take their kids? This is a conflict of interest. Every right y'all I supposedly have you violated. Can I get some more, please? I got a lot more cussing to do. I need to wet my mouth.
Do you want to be here when the jury's here?
What the do you think?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
McCarty decides he'll stay for witness testimony,
Because my other answers wasn't good enough.
but is ordered out after continuing with his outbursts. McCarty's eventually found guilty. He returns the following month for sentencing.
Everyone ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State of Florida versus Alan McCarty Jr., who is present here today on two reasons. One is to sentence on a jury verdict that had been accepted, but we're also here on an order to show cause, which I would like to address first. First of all, if I haven't formally already, but you're before the court, Mr. McCarty, to show cause why I should not hold you in contempt for behavior that you demonstrated during the jury trial. You threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor.
What a bunch of lies, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life.
in the
You
back room.
No, I'm not standing. Not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
McCarty's removed again. This time he's placed in a back room with a one-way mirror.
Count one, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to 15 years in Florida State Prison. As to count two, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to 5 years in state prison to run consecutive to count one. So a total of 20 years.
McCarty's currently serving his sentence in a Florida state prison. Next, we go back into the court cam archives, where tempers ran hot at one very tense deposition. This is Jack Garrett, a former chemist for Monsanto, St. Louis-based industrial chemical company, being sued by more than 1,700 people in Harris County, Texas. The neighbors are claiming they suffered severe health problems as a result of living near a toxic waste dump site once used by the company to discard hazardous materials. Garrett's here today for a deposition.
When you were at Monsanto, what was your title?
At Monsanto, what do you mean?
In Texas City.
Research chemist.
So far, so good. But that's about to change.
Was that your title during your entire stay at Texas City?
Texas City, yes.
Don't talk over each other.
Interrupting is attorney Edward Karstofan, who doesn't represent Garrett, but represents Monsanto, the company.
After you left Texas City...
Wait a minute, let me ask a question here.
Yeah.
You represent this guy or not?
Who are you?
My name's Tucker, and I represent Ayrshire, and I just want to know, do you represent the guy or not? If you don't represent him, you don't have any right to be making any objection. If you do represent him, tell us so.
Karstofan has heard Tucker's suggestion and offers a suggestion of his own.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut? I'll do what I want.
No, you're not going to do what you want.
Oh, wait.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
That's bull.
Whatever objections I want to make, and I'll make them as loud as I want to make them. Now, you just shut your mouth and we'll keep the record straight.
Don't tell me to shut my mouth, boy. You may be big, but you won't see how bad you are. Come on.
And I wouldn't try that, Ed.
Are you threatening to fight?
Hold on just a second.
No, I want to know whose side we're on. We're going to be outnumbered, Ed.
I'm going to tell you something else. You don't run this deposition. You understand?
To you, Joe.
You watch and see. You watch and see who does. Big boy.
I'm telling you, Joe.
Oh, you ain't telling me a thing.
No,
but don't be telling another lawyer to shut up.
Don't be
that
telling
ain't your job,
that's
fat
not
boy.
Your job. Mr.
Get back.
Earpiece. Don't be
That
telling
ain't your job,
that's not
fat
your
boy.
job.
Get back.
This deposition, with lawyers making big bucks by the hour, has officially devolved into an exchange of childish insults.
I said before, you have an incipient bad mouth.
What do you want to do about it?
Well, I'd like to knock you on your head.
Come try
I'm not gonna do that.
it. Come over here and try it, you dumb son of a.
Wait just a second.
Well, I'd like to knock you on your head.
Come
I'm
try
not
it.
gonna do that.
Come over here and try it, you dumb son of a.
Wait just a second.
Come over here.
Hold it. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. No way.
Get thrown.
Thankfully, the two men never came to blows. But after the insults stopped flying, it was Jamal who ultimately landed the knockout punch. Monsanto Company settled the lawsuit and agreed to pay out $39 million to the plaintiff.